What's good, YouTube? It's your boy RJ, and today I'm gonna be bringing y'all another banger video by It's Complicated. If you enjoy these street interviews I'll be reacting to, go check out his channel. Link is in the description. Let's get into the video.
Why are men taught how to treat women, but women aren't taught how to treat men?
Great
Ooh,
question.
that is intriguing. I guess growing up, I'm in my 50s now, there was always a stigma about, being a gentleman or being a young lady as well. But for some reason, you're right. There was always the men who were taught how to, hold the door open for a woman, be chivalrous and sacrifice yourself. I don't know. I kind of like it. It's interesting that women are not taught the same thing, but then again, men aren't taught necessarily how to dress and groom themselves as well as some ladies are.
Right.
Can you define chivalry?
No.
That's just being polite. Like, I don't know, just holding the door open, that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want to sound misogynistic here, but just a guy doing the manly things for a girl.
Chivalry is, do you know what, I think it applies to both genders now with this day and age, but chivalry traditionally is a guy opening a door for a woman, a guy letting the woman sit down at the table first. It is a guy being a gentleman.
Yeah, it's a guy being a gentleman. I agree with that point. And it's also a guy showing the lady that he's with that he's willing to do the hard work. I'm willing to go the extra mile for you. That's me showing I got you. When I stop opening the door for you, when I stop walking in between you and the street, it's at a point I really don't even care about you no more, to be honest. So it's just a guy basically showing a woman that, yeah, I got you. If you with me, you ain't got to worry.
A true gentleman.
Men being gentlemen and properly dressed and holding the door, but it's more than that. It's in the things that you might not see every day. It's taking the trash out without being asked. It's going out and mowing the grass or making plans for your significant other without it even being a special occasion. I think chivalry is really just being a decent, upstanding person and treating someone like they're the most important thing in the world to you.
What are your thoughts on the following list of expressions? Ladies first, ladies night, happy wife, happy life, never keep a lady waiting, women are special, women are queens, women are the prize, women are always right, placing women on a pedestal, and it's a woman's prerogative to change her mind.
Those are really old school terms. Well,
1950s type woman. We're in a different world now. I smoke weed, I hit the bong, I'll shotgun faster than you.
So you don't think any of those still apply?
Jesus.
Some of them do, but I don't think that women should be held at a higher standard than men.
Or a...
I mean, is that holding women to a higher standard or a higher status?
No, I feel like...
Aren't they all products of chivalry?
She laughing, but it's the truth though.
wow.
There are
Yes,
they are
they
products
are.
of chivalry.
I agree to that statement, yes.
Would you consider chivalry to be a female privilege?
Ooh,
Yeah,
getting
for
personal.
sure. For sure. Not a right.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. I feel like because girls never return it, it's always the guy.
You don't see women holding doors open for men. You don't see a lot of women asking a guy out and then taking him out and picking up the check.
So is chivalry sexist?
Ooh. I don't know, because if you're traditional, then it's just tradition. But yeah, I mean, I guess some would say.
If chivalry is about being polite, wouldn't it be polite for women to do all those same things for men?
It definitely would be polite, but it depends on your relationship. Some men like to be the man and take that dominant role and take care of their woman, so.
It gives him the opportunity to,
Get sex?
no, not sex, no. So yeah, it may give him sex. However, it gives him the opportunity to provide and be that strong man for the woman that he is dating.
To be a slave?
Pop pressure.
Wow, no.
Or be a simp?
Maybe like a couple of notches down from a simp, but yes, a simp.
What is the difference between being a chivalrous gentleman and being a simp?
For me, the difference is pretty much knowing whether or not you are actually wanted in the situation.
Everybody think being a simp is a bad thing. It's not
It
a bad
is.
thing to me. I can't really answer that question because being a simp is not a bad thing to me. I mean, if you care about your woman, that's not a bad thing.
I told some
Being a simp has nothing to do with, oh, I just care about you. No, being a simp is toxic. When a guy is a simp, he's doing too much. When you are a simp, you're doing too much as a man. Fall back a little bit. Let her breathe. Don't worship the ground she walks on. That's not your role in this world to worship her. Do what you got to do as a man. Build yourself up. Get on your purpose. And if she a strong ride or die, she gonna be right there by your side. But your job is not to worship her. Your job is not to hold her up on a pedestal and be shaking because you tired, but you don't care. You gonna hold her up there. Nah, bro. Fall back.
Somebody that they were giving me too much and that they were being a simp when I was not fully interested, and I had displayed that to them. And so for him to have continued to buy me stuff, I feel like that is kind of what made him a simp in comparison to someone who was just being chivalrous.
A lot of people believe that chivalry is just about being polite, like holding the door open, but chivalry is also part of guys getting down on one knee and proposing to a woman, guys being expected to kind of pay a woman's way on a date, things like that, right? If chivalry is about being polite, wouldn't it be polite for women to do all those same things for men?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Then why don't they?
I do.
Okay. But why do you
Because
think
we're
that?
already held at a different standard anyways. It's nothing against the actual men, but if our government wants to act like we're not as important as men, then you should do the fucking work. I can't, if I want an abortion and I can't get one somewhere, open my fucking door for me.
So all guys should pay for the mistakes of a few men who make the laws?
No.
But
That's what you said.
that's the world we live in, and we don't pick and choose, so.
You got to know how to recognize these women, bro. You got to know how to recognize the wife from the one night. It's a total different mindset. The wife is going to be humble. She's going to be loving. She's going to be caring. She's going to remind you of the love that you receive from your mother if you have a good relationship with your mother. She's going to give you that warm embrace. The one night is going to be the fun. But it's a coldness to that fun, though. It's going to be a little cold. It ain't going to feel right. She might be bad as hell, but it ain't going to feel right, though. You feel me? So you have to understand and be able to have discernment to go ahead and be able to peep who is who as you're moving through this world.
You're on a date, who should pay?
We're dating.
But here's the
gentleman here.
Okay. He's supposed to pay.
Yeah.
It would be nice. I would love to have a woman come up to me and say, you know what? I want to take you out to dinner. I'm going to pay for it myself. And you know what? If you play your cards right, you might get lucky. Wouldn't that be fantastic?
That would be awesome.
I would even submit to that if women wanted to take the lead.
Is chivalry dead?
Yes.
Who killed it?
Nah, it's not.
Feminism.
Ooh.
Why do some women find
Ooh,
chivalry
that's
patronizing
bars.
while other women expect it?
Because they're so into the feminism shit where they can't understand what's the equilibrium. They're so far up into one side or the other. It's an equal balance here.
The fact that this is now the 21st century and everything's so modernized and it's not the way it was before, and if a guy tries to help a woman, they might perceive that as they think I can't do this myself.
You think that I can't do it for myself, especially when some people offer it in the way that they think that someone can't do it for them.
Hey, that's fact. I will say, though, I will add to that point that the women that I care about, I'm going to be chivalrous. So I'm not going to take away chivalry because a few select bad apples in the bunch have rubbed me the wrong way. And now all women, I'm not going to do nothing for them. Nah, for my mother, I will open the door. For my sister, I will open the door. For my girl, if she really my girl, I'm going to open the door, bro. I'm going to treat her like the woman that she should be treated like. Because guess what? When I have a daughter, I want a man to treat her the same way. So I'm going to show her what to expect from a man. And then from there, it's up to her to go out there and find a man that would do the things for her that I would do for her. If I'm not leading by example, then I can't expect her to go in this world and be able to just pull it out of thin air. Nah, she got to know where it comes from. It comes from pops. It comes from daddy. And so, he do the same things that my dad do for me. He already cool. You see what I'm saying? You got to be leading by example out here.
Themselves.
I opened the car door for them, and they're like, thank you. And then I've gone out with women that I go to open the car door, and they're like, what are you doing? So I guess this goes back to the simplicity of men versus the complexity of women. If you ask a man what another man's thinking, if a woman comes up to me and says, my boyfriend said this and this was the situation, I can tell her with some degree of accuracy what he's thinking and why he did what he did.
Right.
Ask a woman the same thing. You know, my girlfriend did, she can't tell you. She has no idea. Why? Women can't even figure out other women. How are we supposed to be able to figure out women?
If the definition of lady is not serving a man, why is the definition of a gentleman to serve a woman?
Well, because the government some 100 years ago decided that men should be on top of women. And we didn't make these roles, we didn't make the narratives, we were given them.
What's
Her logic is so crazy. He said if a definition of a gentleman is doing things for a woman, why isn't the definition of a lady doing things for a man? She talking about some whole other stuff. The reason why it is that way is because men, we are raised. It's been passed down from generation to generation to be the provider and the protector. So how do you ensure that a man will play that position? You have to teach him servitude to serve the ones that he cares about. That's what it comes down to. Nowadays, the feminist movement, just like these ladies said, has convinced women that being a lady has nothing. Matter of fact, being a lady and being a real empowered woman is a woman who bucks men, who is disagreeable with men at all times. If she sees that she's doing something for a man that doesn't benefit her, then is taking women back in time to before they got their right to vote. Like, this is crazy. That narrative needs to change.
the difference between feminist women shaming men for being men and traditional women shaming men for not being real men?
It's not really different. Shame and shame.
If you're a feminist and that's your ideals and what you believe in, of course you're going to gripe and complain that, you know, about men in one regard. And if you're a woman that has strong opinions in the other direction, you're probably going to complain in the opposite way that men aren't masculine enough. And that's why people get together, and that's why some couples work out and some couples don't.
Why do some women find chivalry patronizing when other women expect it?
I have no idea, because I'm the woman who expects it.
What's the difference between chivalry and manners?
Just being a polite person, but I guess chivalry is kind of like has that gender tone under it. Of being a man means you have to be civil.
If women have been historically oppressed, where did the expression ladies first come from?
Huh. That's a good question for Wikipedia.
I'm not sure where it comes from. I mean,
Good response.
I was raised off you treat a woman as if she's on top of the world.
Maybe it was some man that, you know, really didn't want to go someplace and do something, and he knew there was danger, and he was like, hey, well, you know, ladies first. that was the beginning of feminism right there. Ladies first. Go ahead, baby. Go ahead.
Hey, my man. Hey, my man, whoever you are, if you see this video, I'm taking that.
In a society that always places women first be called a patriarchy?
I give up on your question.
If there was some unwritten law that black people had to open the door or give up their seat, would that be racist?
Yes.
Yes.
So why is it when
They
that same
looking like,
unwritten
what the
law
hell?
is applied to men, it's not sexist?
It's applied to women too.
As well, yeah.
Well, I mean, aren't men typically the ones expected to give up their seat and
No.
hold the door?
Not technically.
Not today, but I mean,
called
historically
chivalry.
they were.
Historically they were, but
we're not living in
historically
historical times either.
also we did have to give up our seats as well too. So, I mean,
Right, but I'm saying men were more likely to give up their seat for a woman.
I've never seen it.
Show me which one of you is going to be a gentleman.
I'm not going to lie. These two lovely ladies here are already turned off by his initial question. Just think about it. They don't know him. It's a white guy talking about slavery. And so they automatically just bucking everything because honestly, they're not answering it truthfully. Multiple times. From the moment we were kids, you have seen an example of a boy about to sit down or a man about to sit down, seeing that a lady doesn't have nowhere to sit and he stands up so she can sit down. You have seen it countless times, whether it's on a bus, at a restaurant, whether it's at a concert. You have seen it multiple times. Cut it out.
Why? Why are you not being a gentleman? Why? Why? Why are you not being a gentleman to me? What did I do to you that I caused you to not be a gentleman to me? I don't even know you. I don't even know you.
Honestly, men have made that standard for themselves. And women don't ask you exactly to give them your seat at the time. It's going to be like if you get on a bus, you're going to see, please stand up and offer your seat for disabled people, but you won't see that for, you know, women and children or anything. And so I feel like men do that to themselves. If they wanted to give up their seats for women, that is completely on them.
Facts. Shout out to It's Complicated. Like I said in the beginning of the video, if you enjoy content like this, you enjoy these street interviews and watching them and seeing people's different answers, go check out his channel. His link is in the description. Shout out to you, my man. Also, if you enjoyed this type of content, go ahead and click that subscribe button. When you do, turn on that post notification bell so you are notified whenever I drop these banger videos. Also, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It's super, super helpful, and it's something simple that you could do to help out the channel. Also, let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below about some of these responses. Honestly, this was a good video. We came across a lot of sensible people that had common sense, so shout out to these people in the video. But it's your boy RJ. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Deuces, YouTube.